Hey, most of us have always made excuses why we can't achieve things in life. And one of the main reasons is we feel not good enough. That's the main excuse of not feeling good enough about yourself. Because number one, fear. And the objectivity is to let go of the fear and just do it. Because most of the time, the fear is in our head. It is not truth. It's most of the time it's fiction. But what stops us is the fact of we lack confidence because we feel the failure, so we make the excuse. We feel failure, but we don't do anything to succeed. We just live with the false notion of failure. And the easiest way to avoid that is to begin to celebrate the small victories that you have already won. And once you begin to win and look at and appreciate those small victories, your achievements, when there were challenging times, then you can move on past the fear, past the fear of failing, and you will not stop making excuses why not to achieve or to be successful in any of the goals that you want to achieve in your life. Number three, sometimes you may feel that you're not an expert, so you make the excuse, I don't feel, in your mind and in your feelings that you may not be an expert at what you never seen anybody do it before. But that does not mean anything. You can do your research and you can begin to make plans on how to succeed. It's not about what you feel, but it is how you achieve whatever your goal is. Stop making the excuse, start making a plan, and you can achieve. Number four, you're not being specific enough with your goals. You have to get clear in order to achieve, and you make excuses for it. Just ask for clarity. And one of those things, the way you can do it is start creating a monthly or weekly journal on how to achieve. Once again, I said, write it down. Look at those goals. Be specific about what you want and how to achieve it. Planning is everything. Preparation is everything. In order to succeed in life, you have to stop the excuses and start the preparation, which is planning in order to achieve. Because it's not about how you feel, but it is about how you achieve. Number five, you are scared of making mistakes. And you know what I call a mistake? Is misinformation. Because if you had all of the information, you wouldn't have made a mistake. So that's where the planning comes in once again. And that's where we prepare ourselves. We gather up all the information. We don't make the excuse. We do the investigation to get the information on how to achieve our goals in life. And we have to begin to change how we think about ourselves. And that is number six. So number six is really, really big. Stop comparing yourself. You are the only you that is in the universe. So why not celebrate it and don't compare yourself with others? You can learn from others, but don't compare yourself with others. You are so uniquely and wonderfully made. And we're going to move on to number seven. And number seven is you must begin to identify who you are. Not make excuses of who you think you are, but identify who you are, not based upon other people's opinions, but truly, who are you from the inside out, not from the outside in, okay? So we're going to move on, And just think about that you have to begin to not make excuses, but become motivated in the planning, in the preparation, doing your investigation, gathering information, change your thinking about how you view yourself without other people's opinions to compare to. And you will begin to motivate yourself. Be stronger than your excuses. Because an excuse is just like what I usually tell my clients is when you tell me that an excuse is automatically manifest in, oh, I'll try. And I'll tell them, you know what? That's unacceptable. Because everyone that has ever told me that they are going to try was an excuse for already failing because they're not going to try. When I talk to my clients and we have made plans and I've given them a cheat sheet on how to win and they don't win, and when I ask them for feedback and follow up and they tell me, well, I tried, and you know what I tell them? That ain't good enough. It sounds like an excuse for me. So we must begin to be stronger than our excuses because we are good enough. You are good enough. Just remember that. You are good enough. And whatever your plan is to achieve your goal is good enough for you. It is not about anybody else. You can ask for help, but it's about you, okay? And we must begin to retool ourselves, get new resources, get new skills. You know, the worst thing we can always do to ourselves and other people is say, oh, it's always been that way. That is the worst attitude anyone can have. It kills morale. It kills motivation. It does not affirm. So we're going to begin to think beyond and gather up the resources and obtain new skills and new knowledge. We're not going to make excuses. Well, I don't know. Well, let's get busy and begin to know, okay? And number 10, I said 7, but number 10, you are set in your ways. You're coming up with excuses because you are your own problem. You are manifesting stubbornness instead of faith. And faith and fear cannot occupy the same space. So once again, we are no longer making excuses of not feeling good enough, because you are good enough to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in life. Maybe, changing your morning routine around to help you succeed and feel good about succeeding. Because sometimes when we go and we have these goals, we're the first person in our family. But that's okay, because you have all you need to feel good enough about yourself to achieve whatever goal that you want. And once again, on that note, I'm going to leave you. I want you to have a blessed day, and I want you to start saying, I am good enough. I am good enough. Say that 3 times a day. Look at yourself in the mirror and just repeat, I am good enough. I am good enough to achieve. I am good enough to succeed. I am good enough for just being me. And on the other side note, have a blessed day.